Again, this one's going to be a bit different. I'm going to play the plank footage live and then I'm going to get into the talk. Alright, the footage is coming up now. Wait, that was a minute. No, that was 30 seconds. No. I was thinking of doing only a voiceover, but I've decided that I'm going to do an overlay because I want you to see my face. I think that's going to help paint 1,000 words in video. I tried saying the saying, but I may or may not have botched it. But look, man, as you can see, I've made 3 pillars that I think are gonna be the absolute core that I can build off to living a life I consider ideal at this point in time, or better still, a life I consider ideal in the future. I think that's more ideal for me than a life I consider ideal now, because I would have gone through a lot more, I would have experienced a lot more, and I think I would, in all aspects of life, be in a higher position than what I am now. When it comes to the absolute core of all of this, right now I think it's hydration. It's genuinely like I can't function properly without drinking enough water. I can't talk to people how I want to talk to people without drinking enough water. For example, my dad was just talking to me about shaving so that I can get rid of all these ingrown hairs I have. All those ingrown hairs I have made on my neck due to using very low quality sticks, very low quality shaving sticks. I got a whole load of big ones from Savers. If you want to shave and not get cut at least as much, I'd really advise to use higher quality shaving sticks than those £1 shaving sticks you could get from Savers, like the big ones. For me, they're okay for the armpits. They don't cut my armpits, but for the face, no. Don't do it to yourself. I've done it and it's not worth it. This is what it's made me end up. made me end up like that. And my dad and I, he was just speaking to me, asking if how I apply the shaving foam when I shave. And it was just like I couldn't speak to him in a way that I wanted to, that I genuinely wanted to. I was speaking in a very dismissive way, not because he was speaking to me in a way I disliked, but because I simply was feeling way too dehydrated to have a conversation with him in which I spoke to him in a way that I genuinely would have wanted to speak to him in. It's like, this is dead serious. Eating so you feel full and agile, and especially hydrating yourself enough, that I can't stress enough how important that is. And that's why within that main core, that main center core, eating and hydration, they go at the top. So along with sleep, they're all joined first. Yeah. Without hydration, I can't. Just speaking to Dad a few minutes ago, like, I can't speak to people I can't speak to people in a way I genuinely want to without hydrating myself enough. I genuinely can't. That's how serious it is. Staying hydrated is so serious, and potentially much more serious than people realize. I've certainly tracked my water intake in the past. I did that at around March to June last year, but like, I genuinely think I'm gonna have to start doing it again, or at least take the proactive approach and drink maybe like once every 10 minutes, even if I'm not feeling thirsty. It's hydration, not let it go, so it not go so low in terms of hydration levels that you're feeling extremely dehydrated before you hydrate yourself again. No more of that. Yeah, I genuinely can't speak to people how I want to speak to people when I feel dehydrated. I just can't do it, and I can think straight, but thinking the deep thoughts that I think as I'm going along this journey, I allow myself to feel frustrated whilst having these sorts of thoughts. Like, for example, when I went on the walk yesterday, I was feeling so frustrated because I was feeling dehydrated, and I'm just training myself to go through mental pain, mental DOMS, I call it. Like, dehydration, oh my gosh, it's so hydration. It's only now I'm starting to realize how important all of these survival needs are. Some of them aren't survival needs, but if they're not, they allow me to live life to the fullest, much more than I'd be able to without them. For example, cold showers. They wash the comfort off me, and I physically feel much more ready to tackle the day than I do without it. When I've gone in hot showers before in the past, I think what would happen is I'd always make myself feel hot and bothered by taking hot showers, and that's just not the right way to start. It's not a healthy way to start the day. Forget right or wrong. To me, it's just not a healthy way to start the day. Even though it may feel uncomfortable to do cold showers at the start before rinsing my stomach and my back, that is infinitely more worth it than having a hot shower. And to me, that is so important that I've actually considered it I've considered its worthiness amongst the survival needs. Same goes with the other ones that aren't survival needs. But hydration is probably, for me at least, the top of the top in the center of the core pillar, along with eating and sleeping being like the core of that center pillar. But I think I'll leave it at that for now, even though I haven't explained the second and the third pillar. I think I'll leave it at that for now. I don't want to be here all day making this video. If they're long, even though I do love making the movies, they could take a very long while, especially if they fail to export, like how the 1.5 hour movie yesterday did. Sometimes it can fail to export, making the uploading process even longer than it has to be. So I'm gonna leave it at that for now, and when I think it's time to tackle it again, I will. But that's it, that's the end of the video. We'll go through this and see how it works for me. I just want to keep this much simpler instead of trying to attack so many things at once. But I know that in 3 months' time, I would have significantly improved myself, and also the videos. I would have learned by learning a lot more, going through a lot more, experiencing a lot more, and I may have, within the span of 3 months, upgraded my gear. So I'm going to just leave it at that for now. But I do know in 3 months' time, even 3 months, this is going to be on a whole new level. This is not going to be where it's at now. It's going to be much higher than what it is now. Just like how this is, what I create is much improved than what it was at the start of the journey, less than 3 months ago. But yeah, that's it. That's the end of the video. We'll see how this goes, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Man, if there's anything I tell any of you guys that are on the self-improvement journey, is to just hang in there. Just hang in there. Make sure you know what's at your core. Make sure you really focus on those core habits. If you don't think you have any, focus on those core habits and making sure that you do them automatically before you move on to building even more core habits that will lead on to other healthier habits. And then from there, because you would have done so many healthy core habits, you would have replaced, not eliminated, but you would have replaced the unhealthy core habits that you would have done. Instead of trying to get rid of them, you're actually focusing on what you do want instead of focusing on what you don't want. I think that's the way, and this channel is going to be proof of that. So anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Before I do end the video though, I'd like to say eating healthily is also very important, and eating to a point where you feel full and agile as well. If you don't know how to eat healthily, you can look at my meal plan video and get an idea as to how to eat healthily. For me, this is so important because when I eat unhealthily and high carb, low protein like I have with the jollof rice yesterday and the day before yesterday, my stomach felt heavy. The day before yesterday, from my memory, I was experiencing cramp. I experienced cramps when I was going to the toilet, and also when I was in bed. They were very slight, but they're cramps nonetheless, and my stomach felt unnecessarily heavy. It's just, life just didn't feel, nice. My quality of life is just much lower than what it could be if I ate healthily to a point where I felt full and agile and ate high protein, low carbs instead of high carbs, low protein. It's not worth it. Life just isn't as fun as it could be in life. It's just, I just feel so much more frustrated by doing that. Life is just on a daily basis, to a survival standard. I'm negatively impacting myself by doing that because my stomach feels heavy. It's just, for me personally, I just think it's much harder to live by overeating, using high carb and low protein. It's so low protein foods, and it's so easy to do. It's so easy to overeat, but when it comes to eating healthily by following meals on the meal plan, for example, it's much more difficult to do that. But anyway, this is genuinely the end now. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Just hang in there, man. Hang in there. Push every single day, and you'll eventually be able to live the ideal life that you're looking for, or perhaps one that exceeds your expectations, on the premise that you work towards doing that every single day, just like how I am. The days when you go on a journey like this, they're going to seem much longer than they ever have done. Your days are going to seem much longer than they have done. That's what's going on for me. But you keep on pushing, you keep on pushing, you keep on growing, and every single day you're leveling up in some way, even if it's in a way you don't expect. By experiencing lows, they're no more than opportunities to grow. But on the premise you work on creating your ideal life one step at a time every single day, and making the habits you consider core habits automatic, you doing them automatically, mate, you're sorted, because that's just going to lead on to more healthy habits, and then it's just going to exponentially grow. Hang in there, man. Peace.